Salutations viewer, Anna here. So this video is going to be one of two videos, because the plan for this video is too long and Lightseeker wants this video to be out before it is way too late. Power of Potluck is already 3 months old. ENA has a mask thing so that she can find a way to happiness or fun fast forward. So, in Act 1, after she accepts the map pieces from the little things, she walks into an elevator which led to a massive void with pipes. When the two, ENA and the mask, traveled through the void, there was an ENA clone that was sitting on a slanted pipe with a mask also. When the real ENA and the mask were close to passing the clone slid down the slanted pipes with the mask behind her. There was a whee sound effect when they sailed down. And not too long after, the real ENA saw another ENA clone with the mask, as well, hanging upside down, and when the real ENA and the mask were passing by, the ENA clone fell down. After that, the mask went into real ENA's face and said, "Terrific. I perceive illusion within delusion. A world of endless connections." I think that the mask is trying to elude ENA into thinking that the void with pipes was fun and joyful. Also, the ENA clones that were playing on the pipes had a clear expression of happiness that seemed unnatural, which I think the other ENA clones believed the mask into thinking that it is genuine happiness. When they disappeared off screen, I think that they died because they believed the mask that is attached to their faces would relieve stress, sadness, depression, and any negative emotions in general. And when the mask saw the other ENAs die, she ultimately thought that ENA would turn out like the rest of them, which brought joy to the mask in knowing that the real ENA, which is the mask's host, would die due to the mask's false promises and delusions, but ENA was beginning to question the mask and wondering why she doesn't feel happy. After the mask said what she said, ENA said, "Connections and bonds that are meant to transmit cheerfulness, and even I don't recognize this strand of joy." During Act 2, ENA seems a little disoriented, and when she and the mask walked behind the curtain and arrived at the face world, the mask was trying to coax ENA into going further by trying to make the place seem fun. Also, the mask seemed a little narcissistic when she said, "The entire universe is waltzing with me," as she was spinning on a twisting pillar. Then ENA notices the twists in the pillar seem to be getting odd and she feels something is really wrong, and she said, "Or am I the one the rhythm can't catch?" This notion of happiness is quite strange. Then they travel into another elevator. When ENA somehow fell on the path of pipes, the mask was pulling upwards on the tube that connected to the mask and ENA's face, which was forcing ENA to climb up the path of pipes. I think another way that the mask would force ENA to follow the mask was with pain, which explains why ENA was on this journey to begin with. When ENA met up with the mask, she went and spoke with another anomaly and asked why she was crying. The anomaly phased partially through the wall and expelled another head. The second head explained that the tears were tears of joy, and the mask said, "Wowie, I'd like to buy some of those," which I think that the mask would try to coax ENA into thinking that this was normal or something. I also think that the anomaly was really serious crying, but not from joy, but pain or depression. Like ENA, I think that the anomaly's other face was also the same case where pretty much getting rid of negative emotions, but because this world is weird, it is probably not the case. The anomaly said, "Sadly, happiness is not for sale in this place. Rather, the second act granted me this ecstasy." Also, I think when the mask said the entire universe is waltzing with me, I think the mask dragged ENA into this journey, like a parasite on a host, and that this journey only brought the mask joy because of the fact she was quite possibly killing ENA. The mask didn't care about ENA at all, rather, I think the mask was somewhat trying to keep her alive for the mask's own benefit. During Act 3 and 4, ENA travels to another void that is similar to, I guess, the game Asteroids. Later, there were two beings that seem joyful, and ENA asks, "Evening. It seems I've lost my way to the next act and I'd rather not miss it." One of the figures responded and laughed, "You're up on stage, lady. This is it. You are part of the third and fourth act. Take your role and play out joy to all audiences. It's now your mission," as they were telling ENA. They were dancing and jumping around in circles. The mask then said, I think I get it. It's a story of silent movements." How marvelous and interesting. The mask, reacting and also trying to, again, possibly eluding ENA into thinking that this is actually fun and happy. ENA briefly agrees that it was fun and interesting, but she didn't feel like anything was happening. Though I feel the gratification of the audience, I can't sense any change in me. Then, she connected the dots. Hey, how could a chore like this jollify someone? Aniho. As she was connecting the dots, the tube that connected Ina and the mask then suddenly swelled and then exploded off her face. The mask was beginning to realize that Ina was connecting the dots of what was, really, going on. Like I said, the mask is trying to elude Ina into false happiness and so that she can take over and kill her for an unknown reason. But, when the mask figured out that Ina was connecting the dots about the journey, the mask realized that it was in deep trouble and it was unavoidable, so it couldn't really do anything to her anymore or making something into thinking something was fun, even though it really wasn't. Also, I recommend you check out someone like Mayo or something for fill-in things, rather than having me loop over and over about the same thing. Like and subscribe for part 2, it will be out soon. Goodbye.